So the first video of this series was to learn how to make this pixel fruit. The second one is to learn how to save it and prepare it for presentation or printing. The first thing we'll do, of course, is file and save as a PSD. Now this PSD, I've already got one here. I'm going to save over top of it. PSD is going to let your file be adjustable. It's got multiple layers. It's got enhancements that you might be working on, and you might want to return to it to fix it. An important thing here is that you leave the extension just as it is. Don't delete it. Don't mess with it. Leave it alone. Once you've got it in the right location, in our case for this assignment, it's for students in Media Art in and then Pixel Fruit, you are going to press save. If this window pops up, it says Mr. .pixel apple.pst already exists. You want to replace it. And you say, okay. Yes, you've made changes to it. You want to replace those old things with the new things. So there's our process file. We can always come back to it. Now time to prepare it for printing or saving for something like a transparent sprite as it might be in a video game. So let's do that transparent sprite thing first. If we go to image and resize this, we might change the image size so it's the right size for our video game. You might have, maybe it's 70 pixels would be the right size for the video game, and you'd want to keep that resolution at 72 pixels per inch. This is, of course, when you're resampling, and press OK. Look what happened. It got blurry around the edges. That is a mistake. Press Ctrl Z to undo that. If we go resize that again, you'll notice that when we resize it, there are several different ways that you can resize it. Bicubic is best for smooth gradient, so it tried to blend that in with the background. What we actually want is nearest neighbor, which will keep that chunky, blocky pixel look. And press OK. You'll see it resize, and this you can save as a sprite that'll go into a game. You can go Control-Shift-S or Save As in the File menu. And instead of the Photoshop format, you scroll down to the PNG, and that'll make a transparent backgrounded PNG for you. And you leave that alone. In fact, you don't have to touch anything. Just have the word copy there, not a problem. Press save. You can say none to the interlacing options. Lastly, you're going to make a printable version of your pixel fruit. You file Save As or Shift-Control-S. And this time it's going to be a JPEG, but you'll remember, if we look back, and let's check out our rulers for a second. Go to View and Rulers. You'll notice that this is still really small. If I try and print this out on a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, it is going to be very small. We need to resize it, and we need to resize it big enough that it'll be on maybe even the right size for a big poster. So let's say Image, Resize, and Image Size. And we'll have our resample button pressed, and we'd change our document size in inches. Instead of width of 0.972, let's drop it up to, I don't know, let's do 11. And a resolution of 300. And now this will fit on an 11 by 17 inch sheet of paper. We could also drop it down to 8.5 by 11 for printing a bit smaller, but I like that nice big size. Again, let's not forget to change the bicubic setting. Instead of bicubic, you want it nearest neighbor, and press OK. So if I press Ctrl 0, it'll zoom out, and I've still got those crisp edges. You'll notice as well the ruler by inches now is showing us that it's 11 inches across. This would be a good time for me to resize this apple if I needed to maximize itself within that 11 by 17 inch picture that or poster that it will be. And then you can save it as a JPEG. File, Save As, and just change the format. Don't change anything else. Apple copy is fine. I'm in the right location because that's where I've been saving stuff so far. I just make sure that I am at a quality of 12 and press OK. Now let's look at whether you've saved all the files properly. Look at your Windows Explorer and get yourself into the For Students in Media Art in Pixel Fruit folder, to the correct folder, and just take a look. You might want to double click it to see how big it shows up. That seems right. Let's open that one up. That seems right. And then my PSD is the process file that I can always return to and make new JPEGs or PNGs depending on what size I need from this original copy. And that is all that you need to do to make sure that you are communicating clearly with color and placement with pixel art.